Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to Low PC and welcome back to War in the Pacific. We're going to do another live voiceover today, and then we'll kind of go back to normal. And as I say, give you guys the kind of choice between which ones you kind of find the best. So do let me know in the comments below. I hope everyone is doing well. So we're going through our night phase, nothing too extravagant happening as per. Last time we had a good old look at what we want to do in terms of planning and our kind of steps that we were going to take going forwards. We also started doing our little invasions all over New Guinea and in the Shortlands, etc. So we are trying to put that pressure, as we mentioned last time, on to Invictus. Try and hit him almost everywhere at once to make him think, okay, where is, they're going to be the main push. We will see. Maybe he thinks I'm just going to completely ignore Rabul, which, would be kind of daft of me, but who knows? We'll see what goes on. Meantime, more submarines causing more problems. I hate them. I hate them so much. But yeah, we'll hopefully get rid of some of them soon. A lot of hit or misses, no explosions, because these are kind of the more modern US submarines rather than their older counterparts. We do have some destroyers coming down to this area to try and give a bit of assistance, which will be pretty good. I'll make sure that when they arrive, we give them a good aggressive commander and a good aggressive captain, so that we can make sure that what we are doing is we are sinking, or at least trying to sink, as many of these submarines as we can. Again, obviously sinking them is the key thing, but even just doing enough damage to, keep them in port for a while or out of the way for a while is absolutely, fine by us and is part of our aim. So that's something that we'll just keep an eye on and see how things go. So things are still just kind of slowly kind of going forward. Nothing extravagant happening just yet, so that's all fine. Let's wait for all these landings to happen at once. So this is going to drag the time of this night turn out just a little bit. But we'll see how it carries on. Checking TF fuel, TF's return to port. That should mean that, yes, we've moved on today, finally. Yep, more unloadings all over the place. All is good. Fine. Now, we'll see kind of what happens here with our naval air movement, because we've been seeing some good stuff in the past. There is a lot of blue. Now we're getting a little bit more yellow, which is kind of handy. We've got a lot of bad weather, rather annoyingly. Another air raid on Hong Kong. Not really doing too much there, unfortunately. Okay, a raid on some units pulling back by the looks of it, up into Burma. Getting some casualties there, which is kind of good. Bombardment near Cheng Chao, which is also useful. And something happening in Malaya. A load of lilies in Malaya. I mean, this would be good if they got a load of hits, but I don't know how. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're doing much there. Which is rather annoying. They're flying at 16,000 feet. I think they need to be lower than that. Try and, hit their targets. Because when we see the Sallies doing it at a lower altitude, they are hitting them. So you get an eye on that. Let's see what we do. A couple of Dutch bombers trying to bomb our ships at Kuching. And again, some bombers, this time Hudson's trying to attack our cruisers near Turnet. So Invictus is at least trying to, do what he can to harass my units. Luckily, he doesn't have a lot of aircraft at the moment, and they can't, therefore the chances of them hitting, it's still a thing, but the sheer lack of aircraft means that it's a lower chance that we're going to get hit. So he is obviously trying to do something, which is what we have to be careful of, but fingers crossed, nothing serious comes of that. What is quite interesting is our glens in around Sydney in Australia are actually doing really well at spotting what there is. They've spotted a few AKLs, so nothing too exciting, but still pretty good that they're spotting it. And here we see some P-35s and P-26s trying to come out to fight against our Zeros and Sallies. Now we did just lose a Zero, which is not ideal. We don't want that to happen. So, yeah, not good. I mean, I'm not actually sure what the P-35s have as part of their kind of equipment. They're, predecessors to the P-40s. We'll have a look. Not great there. We lost the Sally as well, and not much damage in returns of infantry. So we'll keep an eye on that, and if the next couple of turns that carries on being quite negative for us, then we might just stop that bombing. SB3s trying to bombard near Ishang. We've got some nates that are covering. The problem is they're nates, so they're not particularly the best thing. Whenever I hear them, hear the word nate, all I think of is gnat. These are gnats that we're dealing with. They're not, anything going to cause too much issue. They're just annoying more than anything. So we're throwing stuff that are annoying at him. His aircraft are still flying. These are the Hudsons and stuff from this morning. Again, luckily not really doing much damage, so good for us. And elsewhere, let's see, recon going on. So there's our aircraft landed. So quite speedy little air time. Let's have a look at what's happening in ground combat. Now, Turn 8 is being bombarded by heavy cruisers, so if there's anything there, it's not going to be having the best of days. So hopefully this makes it easy to offload stuff, although we did lose some troops as they were offloading, which isn't great. But, heavy cruisers causing some problems, so that should be good. Bombardment attack at Wu Shao. We could maybe even go for a deliberate attack here. The 104th Division plus the 21st Mortar Battalion, they could do an attack here. Now, deliberate attack on Hong Kong. I'm hoping this is going to lead to the fall of Hong Kong. That would be very nice, and a few days earlier than what it was in real life, but we will see. We've got our bombardment, reducing the fortifications down to 0, so no. Similar amount of casualties, although, actually, significantly, the Allies took a lot of destroyed squads, whereas we had a few similar amount disabled, so much better for us there. Capturing the bases all around. Good. Now, Mandano does have a bit more of a significant force, although, again, they have taken pretty heavy casualties there. So, northern coast of New Guinea, captured and under our control. Good. Nice. What things we want to see. Things moving quite quickly here. I'm actually not 100% sure if there's going to be too much we want to do. We kind of did our big grand planning last time, so there's not too much that I want us to do. There is somewhere I want to check, however, just to see what might be going on. But yeah, other than that, pretty good so far. Let us set these guys to deal with these. Ichang is kind of going to be carrying on what it's doing. In Xinjiang, we're defending in Xinjiang. We're going to defend enough to kick him out. We still haven't got units in the right area to cross over towards Changsha, so that's fine. Hong Kong is still deliberately attacking, that's fine. Right, so something we do need to be careful of, and something that I've not been particularly good at, is that because we've been moving troops and loading troops for various things, they are taking supplies with them, which we do want them to do. You know, I can't turn them off, but we do want them to take supplies. So what we need to do is we're probably going to go to Nagasaki here and ask that to have a fair few more supplies, because what these are going to do is we're going to get some form a new TF. Let's go to cargo, and we can give them a destroyer, I suppose. Let's go. Don't want massive ships. There's a few medium AKs there, although they're all different speeds, which is kind of annoying. Let's do this by speed. Okay, we'll move these AKLs. 1, 2, 4. So, cruise speed, set destination. Now, which is the biggest port around here? Probably Takeo. Oh no, it's Pescadores. Okay, they can move there. So, these guys are going to be CS on supplies. So, they can't carry loads. We'll get some more to do it as well in a moment. You know, in the next couple of days. What we will do is get some here, form new TF, cargo, and again, something that's got decent cargo levels, not tiny things. AKLs are fine, but I just need to make sure they've got some decent cargo. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And again, cruise speed, set destination, Samar. And again, load supplies, CS the Samar. So these guys are going to just move supplies around and make sure everything is good. Okay, meanwhile, the Sasebo 1st SNLF should be attacking Luoyang to capture that, which they're doing, which is good. Where are those destroyers? Probably those are on patrol. No. Okay, we're still waiting on a little bit more units. Another one, the 143rd, to get down here. Progress is relatively slow in Malaya, rather frustratingly. Kuching should be pretty fine at the moment. Where is the rest of the 124th Battalion? Cam Bay. Okay. So, strap move, set object. Oh, they can join up later. These can all come out of strap move. And we want to build up our airfield here. Well, we want to build a port actually, significantly. I realise because we want to be able to get stuff out of there. What we are going to want is Cameron Bay big enough to maybe get these guys, these nates, upgraded? No. No is the answer. Well, could be. There's 12 of them. We could upgrade them to 1B Oscars. Sure. Now then, we'll give them a turn, but then we'll send those over to Northern Borneo. The reason being is they'll be more effective than Nates at dealing with anything that, you know, the Allies might throw at us to kind of deal with Borneo. So that's going to be significant. Now, the other thing we need to do is we need to make sure that... How much is supply there? 33,000. I'm hoping there is some stuff going there, but we need to form a new TF. Cargo. and let us get some AKLs. 1, 2, 3. To drop off some supplies at what do you call it? Davao, because it seems to be struggling with supplies. Now then, these guys are heading to Davao with tanks, air companies, and the motor detachment. How are they actually doing in regards to that? They're almost done, so hopefully it'll be done tomorrow. There's amphibious stuff there, which isn't really going anywhere, but we'll check what we've got ready to go. And we've also got our light carrier here. We've got the Ryu here with her escorts. So we might be able to get her back out in a moment as well. Double checking what infantry we've got here. A little bit. Some SNLF units. Which I haven't assigned to anything just yet. Okay. 3. Now, the important thing is that they can't dock to port size, but the 53rd Naval Guard unit, which was on Tarawa, is now currently offloading its troops on Jalut, so we can pick up that in the 61st to launch our invasion of Rabaul. Meanwhile, the 144th is available as well to go, so we'll give that a little moment and see how things go. The biggest fucking issue here is the sheer amount of submarines around Truk. Again, makes total sense. Truk is a major naval base, and things are going to be going through Truk all the time. So keeping it kind of suppressed as such with submarines does make sense. So in response to that, let's get some patrol boats that aren't in a TF. They're a little bit slower, but it's fine. Set TF routing, set patrol zone, patrol around target Truk, and we give these guys a little bit of a reaction. So we'll see how they get on. There is also some destroyers here as well. So we'll be able to use these, but they don't have any anti-submarine. Fuck's sake. They do upgrade to have anti-submarine, but man, that's frustrating. Now, Truk doesn't have... No. Now, something else we probably should do here. What are we going to do with this? Don't know. Just kind of sat there at the moment. Let us form an UTF and cargo. See what sizes we've got. Let us use these guys. Actually, maybe use these as well. Let's use those 3 because they're not super long range. These ones. I don't want to wear in a TF, but we're not really using that TF at the moment, so we might as well get stuff set up for what we're actually going to use. Again, let's get this on computer control, cruise speed. Pretty speedy as well, 12 knots. And yeah, these guys are going to carry supplies and drop that off at Babla, and that can drop off to Davao, etc., etc. Stuff is returning back, which is good. We've got the amphibious resource force there. So yeah, generally everything is kind of how we want it. I'm going to send these guys to Truk, as there's nothing we really want off Kalawajan Island just yet. And by sending these guys off, what we can do is we can use that as a major force to hit whatever at Rabaul. You know, I'm not going to tap Rabaul and try and do some damage. We are going to go, hit her as hard as we can. In the way I see this, there's no real reason to fuck around here. it would be a bad idea, if you ask me, to fuck around with Rabul. So yeah. So we'll move these kind of Naval Guard units and companies into the other little bases here. They're going to be offloading their supplies. That's fine. And then at least these are under our control, and then we can look at where else we want to capture as well soon, which will be good. Let's get the 16th Naval Guard unit to deliberately attack, and do the same at Mandano as well. Okay. Good. All right, so everything is kind of going as we want it to. We do have some infantry regiments here, which is good. Now, Task Force 123, it's just offloading the rest of the 148th. We'll wait for that to fully offload, but they're going to move down, depending on where we get first, it'll probably be Taiping, but we might just hold them until we capture Kamlua, and then can use them to take Kuala Lumpur. I'm not going to move all my units at once, is the way I'm looking at this at the moment. I want to kind of make sure that we've got as much balance as we can. Now, something else I just want to check are there's a load of units moving there. We know about those. Have we got our... Yeah, they're on the move. Okay, cool. So they're packing, and then they're going to head up this airbase here. And then we're going to kind of cover that again with some fighters. We do have some Oscars here. We also need a lot more pilots over here. That's a little bit worrying. I didn't realize we didn't have pilots in these aircraft. Let's get any for the time being. Yeah, that is a little bit worrying. Now, these lilies are flying too high. So let's do it this way. I know we're not really getting veterans or anything like that, but it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so I think we'll leave it there. Short and sweet. As I say, plans in action, so we don't need to keep kind of pushing with this if that's what we've got. Just want to check where the rest of the 4th Infantry Regiment is. It is in Sendai. Ah, right, yes, this thing that I said that I might forget about and then immediately forgot about. So, the 4th Infantry Regiment is in Kuching, and the 2nd Division is going to be going from there. So, what we're going to do, these are the future objective of Singapore, which I don't think is necessarily too much of an issue. What I do need to find is some APs to carry them. There's one there. Normally not that many in Japan. Okay, so form UTF, transport. Let's grab the AP and grab the AK there that has a lot of troop capacity. Set home port to Sendai. Return to Sendai. And then, where was it? Was it Yokohama? That was an AP. Form UTF, transport. Troop capacity. There's also some AMCs here. We'll see if what they're carrying before we do anything. Okay. And again to Sendai. AMC Raiders, no. Go to Sendai as well, and then that should be enough to move those units. And what we'll do is we'll kind of regroup them in a layer. Go from there. Right, vegan invasion. There's a lot of sub chasers in there. This one. Basically, I see no reason not to send this to Cam Bay. And then we can send those sub-chasers out, and suddenly there's a lot more that Invictus's submarines have to deal with. So we'll send those over to there. Just something. Meanwhile, disband. Going somewhere? No. expand. That's doing cargo, so that's fine. That submarine, that's on its way somewhere. There's a load of kind of cruisers and destroyers and stuff. Again, set home port, Cameron Bay. One of our major ports over here. Allow us to use these as quickly as we can, basically. Okay, cool. We're expanding this port. Oh, good. Also expanding the airfield. Let's stop that for the time being. Now, Saigon, really chill. Now stop expanding the airfield, let that also build its port. Saigon is also a repair shipyard, which I kind of want to build up, but we won't do it just... actually, fuck it. We're going to expand it by 10, so it can hold a little bit more ships. Speaking of industry... Sonias are being built, which is good. Capes are getting there now. That's fine. RD. Not loads, I must admit. It's still taking its time. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that and see how things go. What's the weather? Clear, rain, so we'll see if there's actually too many raids going on over here. Thunderstorms in China, so very unlikely that we'll get anything there. And some overcast elsewhere, so not the best weather at the moment. Signal intelligence. Radio transmissions to Los Angeles. None of these are useful. So yeah, so we'll leave it there. So thank you very much everyone for joining us. Have a very, very good